But the visual image that you're most likely to take away from Clare is the iconic cliffs of Moher. And if you want a different perspective on the cliffs, well, you could take yourself off to nearby Doolin, as our Joan O'Sullivan recently did.
Doolin may just be a small village on the northwest coast of Clare, but it boasts some of the most amazing views the county has to offer.
Like, we're in the southern tip of the Galway Bay, and you can see right up to Connemara and the Aran Islands there, and of course the most majestic of all is the Cliffs of Moher.
Doolin has been home to the Garrahy family for decades, after a certain Jack Garrahy blew in from nearby Ennistimon and met Bridget Kelleher from Doolin2Aran.
They only lived about 2 miles apart, and Doolin2Aran, which is 2 miles up the road, which is a great reputation for matchmaking. He was at a dance one night, and so was my mother. And they danced together, and the rest is history.
The rest resulted in 11 children, who Jack Garrahy provided for through a variety of jobs, including fish selling and trade with the Aran Islanders.
He was a hard worker, and he was a great man to do a deal. He could see value in everything. Of course, on the other side, he was also a great man to drink a pint and sing a song. And he was a great ambassador for the area. When tourists arrived, they'd often end up having a pint or a sing-song with Jack Garrahy.
It was one of his sons, though, that was to see an untapped market within the tourist trade. PJ Garrahy noticed that while everyone was intent on bringing tourists to the top of the Cliffs of Moher, no one was providing them with the view from the sea.
So I saw an opening, and in July 2000 we started this business. Joe was the first brother to come with me, and then Eugene, and now Donny. So it's getting a bit easier in me. And it's great to have the brothers and get on very well.
What would be the main difference? You used to be, you know, fishing for fish, and now you're fishing for tourists. So what's it like?
Well, it's not as smelly anywhere.
The four brothers all have clearly defined roles. PJ skippers the Doolin Discovery, Eugene looks after marketing, Joe manages the financial side of the business, and Donny engages with the customers.
There's a great sense of support working with family, and there's a great sense of trust. And, you know, the sea has a strange ability to hold you together. Down through the years, you know, when you're in the sea, you look after each other. I think that's brought itself onto the shore here as well, and to the business.
The four brothers continued in business together after the death of their father, who had lived long enough to see their main vessel named after him. Today, bringing tourists to the cliffs is still one of the main components of their activities.
It's just a magical place. You know, so many people come here, as 1 million people come here a year to view it from the top, the new interpretive centre. And now, to view it from down here is just the most spectacular thing you can ever see. It's just beautiful. The sea stack on Brunon Moor, it has been carved out of the sea. The wind and the weather and the sea has cut in around it over millions of years. And it's, as you can see, there's parts of it are quite fragile. But since I was a young boy around here, it hasn't changed in shape. Whereas you can see parts of the cliffs, the shores have been formed from the cliffs breaking down over the years. But the sea stack seems to hold steadfast, and it hasn't changed in my lifetime. There's about 72 different species of birds around the cliff: puffin, razorbill, guillemot, seagull. It's a haven for bird life in there.
The cliffs are no longer the only destination for tourists on board the Garrahy boats. The company now brings people out to the nearby Aran Islands, with Inisheer having particular significance for the brothers, with their father still warmly remembered there.
Jack was a great man, great crack and everything. If you wanted anything, all you had to do was call to Jack. If you wanted a donkey or a calf or a cart or anything you wanted, Jack was your man. He'd get it somewhere for you anyway.
Eugene himself now lives in Dublin and works on promoting the business from there. His heart, though, is still very much in Clare.
I always maintain that, you know, County Clare has an awful lot to offer. There's a huge amount to see. When you grow up here, the sea gets a grip on you, and, you know, it's very difficult to get away from that. You know, my wife and children, they know that as soon as I have an opportunity, I'm going down the Naze Road. Disappear.
Just to let you know that those tours on the Doolin2Aran ferry are available every day right up until the end of October.